All right, so I have brought in all of these different vector shapes, right? We live traced it, and that allowed me to individually select them and modify them. Now I'm going to unlock. So all I need is the small selection tool, the little white arrow, and I can click on each one. I'm going to play with this S a little bit more. That's where I left off. Use the large selection tool to play with its size and its placement. You can squeeze it, you can rotate it, but you mostly, I squint a lot, you want it to be readable, right? Okay, now I'm going to modify this type. So that's the existing type. I customized the type setting, the size and the placement from the typeface, but now to modify it, I actually need to change the vector shapes. And I'm going to use my tablet, and I'm going to use my pencil tool, and I'm going to set my pencil to be smooth. And I'm going to use the small selection tool to select each type. So for instance, this is what I can do with the pencil tool. I can change this bottom of the A to hook around like that. Right. I can modify it. I can change this whole side to be a slight arc like that. Whoops, but I got to start on the path and end on the path. And then same thing here, slight arc. End on the path, start on the path. And then this seems like a big open space, right? I have close kerning there, but I want to add a little bit of decorative motif right here. I can be incredibly decorative and add a curl, which is very Art Nouveau. And you see it's kind of smoothing it out for me. And that seems to necessitate modifying the interior as well to be a little bit more organic. And then just kind of clean it up in certain areas. I can also use the smooth tool. Oops. Start on the path with the pencil tool. End on the path. Okay, so far so good. Now the L. If I hold down Command, it will go to the last selection tool I've used. So I'm using the small selection tool here. And so as I'm using the pencil tool, all I have to do is hit Command to get back to that tool. So if I want to change this curly Q a little bit, make it even bigger, I can do that. To smooth things out, I can also use the smooth tool, but I can also just try to really get practice with that. Now, this modernist art style that my snake is in, it's really about the negative space. These interesting cutouts, the space between the type, between the letters. So I want to play that up, which is very different than this modern sans serif block type that I started with. So just slightly curving everything, extending this L out, maybe as a wave. But then keeping the sharp transitions where I think they're helpful. If the kerning gets too tight, you want to pay attention to that. Turning this into a crown, that's kind of tricky. Honestly, this is a case where it's easier just to make it fresh using the pen tool. Just do it polygonally first with all straights. and make sure you close it. Right. And now I can use that to substitute for the W. I won't get rid of the W, but I'll just turn it off. And now use the large selection tool to put this in. I think I'm going to flip it, transform, reflect. There we go. And then maybe rotate it a little bit, because it's still going to be hand set. It's just supposed to kind of mimic that crown. Then I can use my small selection tool, right? And I can actually grab individual anchor points, tighten it up, line things up. Just depends how symmetrical or how hand done you want to be. And now I'm going to customize it by using my pencil tool. And especially on the bottom here, maybe curve it a little bit. And it's definitely a stylized W. No doubt. And I don't want to accidentally make it look like the Batman symbol. But it's something fun. Definitely makes it non-normative, more unique. I could even do something like this with the negative space, which I actually think is worthwhile. So what do? I start on the path with the pencil tool, and then I have to end on the path. Start on the path with the pencil tool, end on the path. I can also take circles and just cut them out with the Pathfinder. Right, that might be a smarter way to do it. So take the circle, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'll fill it with white. Copy it, paste it, place it. Right? Make sure it lines up. There we go. Then, let's see, change this one a little. Oh no, that will work. All right. But I'm going to change this anchor point a little bit. Nope. This is where, there we go. Illustrator can get annoying when you have these layers unlocked. Okay, now I'm going to select all of them, holding down Command and Shift. Oh, but first I have to group these two together. It's another way. Illustrator is annoying. So just these two first. Use Pathfinder, Window Pathfinder, if you remember from our logo design, to merge them together so they're in a group. And then take that group, select what's behind it, and then subtract it. So it punches those holes. All right. So now, does it work as a W? Almost. I think I need to tweak it a little bit more. Now that's the shape. I'm just going to move these points. Move one point to kind of mimic that L a little bit. Move this point to go with what I'm going to modify as the A. And then this needs to be straight. So I push both of those corners all the way in and then straighten that out. Yeah, it's a good start. I don't love these curves yet. I can use the smooth tool for it. Try to even these out a little. Or even better yet, use the ellipse tool that I just used above. get a perfect circle. Trying to do some real designy stuff here. Fill it with white so you can see what I'm doing. Shrink it to find that midpoint. Okay, and then copy it, paste it, line them up, select these two, group them together with Pathfinder, merge, then select that with this, and then punch it out. There we go. Those curves look better. Okay. Even though this point isn't quite lined up, this is where, you know, just like logo design, type design can really be picky and really specific. Okay, now the A, or maybe I want to bring that point down. Yeah, that's going to help. Okay. Now, back to the pencil tool and just modify. Good typeface design will have minimal anchor points. So this one that I chose to modify from, you can see it doesn't have that many anchor points. More amateurish ones will have tons of anchor points. So as you're modifying, you're not trying to change a ton, you're trying to change what's most needed. So I want to swoop that down, bring that over, bring this up, bring it over, end on the path. I want to change this quite a bit. End on the path. Thicken it up. Thicken it up some more. But you always have to leave some of the original path so that you can always start and stop on it. And I can spend a really long time trying to get this exactly the way I want. But we're just trying to demo skills for you, help you with your stuff. I'm trying not to be a perfectionist. But I think it could turn out pretty cool if I take that time. Okay, the Y. Got quite a bit of space I can play with for the Y, so I might even try a little bit of a decorative serif. Down into the bottom. Thin it out a little bit on the top. Widen it out here. So it comes across and in. Again, totally customizing, modifying from existing type sources. And then the S. This has to do with the ends and the belly. Pretty big difference to the S. But I've got to end on the path and start on the path to get there. So I want a really wide belly at the bottom. And then you can always use your large selection tool and play with rotating it, squeezing it, setting it into your type blocking. All right. Now changing. We get to review all those skills again. I'm going to take my screen grab, bring it into Adobe Illustrator.